All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going deep on crypto.
Crypto. Oh man, everybody's talking about crypto.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But we're not talking about like the price of Bitcoin or what meme coin is going to moon next.
Okay, good. I'm tired of that stuff.
Me too. This deep dive is all about regulation.
Regulation. That doesn't sound too exciting.
Oh, but it is. It's actually way more interesting than it sounds.
Yeah.
We're going to look at why some of the biggest names in crypto are practically begging Congress to get its act together and set some clear rules.
Okay, I'm listening. Who are these big names?
Well, there's this group called the Crypto Market Integrity Coalition.
Catchy name.
Right, CMIC for short. They sent this letter to Congress that we're going to be diving into. And get this, the CMIC is made up of 55 heavy hitters in the crypto world. We're talking companies like Coinbase, Robinhood, Fidelity.
Wow. Okay, so this isn't some like small group of Bitcoiners in their basement.
Exactly. This is the big leagues. And they're all saying the same thing. America needs to get serious about crypto regulation.
So what exactly are they asking for?
Basically, they want clear national rules for how crypto should work in the U.S. And they're saying, hey, Congress, we need this to happen quickly.
Why the rush? I mean, the US has always been a leader in finance. What's the big deal if they're a little slow on the uptake with crypto?
That's what I thought, too. But the CMIC makes a pretty good case that the U.S. is actually falling behind.
Oh, how so?
Well, other big economies like the EU and Japan, they already have rules of the road for crypto.
Huh. I didn't realize they were that far ahead.
Yeah, and the CMIC argues that this puts American companies at a big disadvantage. They're basically trying to compete with one hand tied behind their backs, while everyone else is playing by a clear set of rules.
I can see how that'd be a problem.
Right. It's not just about keeping up with the cool kids. It's about staying competitive in a market that's only getting bigger. And here's another thing the CMIC is really worried about. They call it regulation by enforcement.
Regulation by enforcement.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
So imagine, instead of setting clear rules from the start, you just kind of wait until somebody messes up.
And then you swoop in.
Exactly. So instead of creating guidelines to help companies do things right, the regulators are basically just coming in after the fact with penalties and lawsuits.
Ah, I see. So it's like they're trying to fix the problem after it's already happened instead of preventing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the CMIC is saying that this regulation by enforcement approach is actually making things worse. It's creating more risk for fraud and security breaches because companies are kind of left guessing about what's allowed and what's not.
It creates this environment of uncertainty.
Right. And when you're dealing with something as new and complex as crypto, that uncertainty can be a recipe for disaster.
So what are they saying we should do about it?
The CMIC wants Congress to take a good hard look at some bipartisan proposals that are already sitting on their desks.
Oh, really? There are already proposals out there.
Yeah. And they're not super controversial or anything. They basically aim to create a clear division of responsibility among different government agencies when it comes to crypto.
So, like, instead of having everybody try to regulate everything all at once,
They're saying, hey, let's split things up. Maybe the SEC handles this type of crypto, the CFTC handles that type. Make it clear who's responsible for what.
that makes a lot of sense.
Right. That way, companies will know who to talk to, what rules they need to follow, and it'll be way easier to make sure everyone's playing fair and staying safe.
Okay, so there's a plan. But what if Congress just keeps ignoring this?
Well, the CMIC says that further delay is going to have some serious consequences for the U.S., and they're not playing around.
What do you mean?
They're basically saying that if the U.S. doesn't get its act together, we're going to lose our position as a leader in the global crypto industry. And they're not just talking about it, they're actively working with international allies to push for these changes. They're taking this very seriously.
Wow, it sounds like they're really trying to light a fire under Congress.
Yeah, they're not mincing words. The CMIC is sending a clear message. The U.S. needs to get serious about regulating crypto, and they need to do it now. Not just for the sake of the industry itself, but for the whole U.S. economy.
So as crypto becomes more and more a part of our lives,
We need to figure out how to encourage innovation.
while also protecting people.
Right. How do we balance those two things? It's not easy. What do you think? I know I'm still thinking about it. The CMIC letter has given us a lot to chew on. As always, keep learning, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.